Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark are champions! To the Pepsi! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Game and Frame broadcast, coming to you live from the Mitchell Sports Complex in Nassau County, New York. My name is Francis Argueta, and I am delighted to be with you for what is sure to be an exciting match. Last season's third place East Coast FC hosts this season's third place New York Empire FC. It's been a rocky start for East Coast, but it's still very early in the spring season, and there's plenty of talent in this squad to turn things around. A driving force in making that happen will be Jory Garcia, who is coming off a hat trick in the team's first victory of the season last week. For Empire is more of the same excellence we observed in their top four winter finish. The Black and Yellow are coming off a 4-0 shutout versus Red Hook FC and are yet to lose. We are in for a good one, ladies and gentlemen, so sit down and get ready for East Coast Empire next on Game and Frame. And today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt has made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The air case uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game and Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. And we are just about ready for kickoff here from the athletic complex here in Nassau County between East Coast FC and the New York Empire FC. We'll give you the starting lineup, starting first with the home team, which is East Coast. You see them wearing the white and red. In goal, it is Dennis Mejia with the back four of Emmanuel Centurion, Luis Altuve, Ariel Barrera, and Adrian Palomares on the back four. They play with 5 midfielders today, headed by JP Saraguro, Diego Cucanuba, Rafael Castro, Gabriel Bustamante, and Josep Luque. And the lone man up top, it is going to be their main man, Jory Garcia, with the number 10. For the New York Empire, they're playing today with the 3-5-2. Giuseppe Vitali is in net with the number 1. George Youssef, Kendall Thomas, and Trevor Henderson complete their back three. Stephen Hollis, Wilbur Gomez, Nico Reynoso, Daniel Moya, and Kirol Aaron are in the midfield. And up top, it is Tim DeMay and Naeem Charles. We are in for a beautiful game and a beautiful Saturday night here on Long Island, New York. We have clear skies and nice weather, very little wind. We are just minutes from kickoff, and this proves to be a big matchup early on in the season. Empire has gone off to a fantastic start, only bested by New York Braveheart that is currently in first place with no losses, no defeats on the season. Empire's lone draw was against the New York Renegades, last season's champs. East Coast got their first win of the season last week. They were led by the main man, Jory Garcia, with a hat trick on his return. Missing a couple games early on in the season, made his return in grand fashion. He's going to be looking to do more of the same here so that East Coast can get right back on track to what we're more used to. It is now up to the referee to get this game started. We are waiting on that kickoff whistle. And there is the whistle we were waiting for. It is East Coast FC, New York Empire FC, and it is coming to you live on Game and Frame. East Coast wearing white and red, facing the all-black jerseys with yellow numbers on the back for the New York Empire. East Coast is looking to get things started early here as Rafael Castro puts a ball across into the box. Empire captain Trevor Henderson trying to get that ball out of harm's way. Still not able to do so. It is Empire trying to play from the back. Daniel Moya passes it off. Jory Garcia goes down. Oh, excuse me, that is Castro that goes down. And an early whistle from the ref to get a pause into this game. It's going to be a very physical matchup. These two teams are very familiar with one another, both coming from Long Island. And that was in fact Jory Garcia that was down, but is back up to his feet. And the drop ball gets us back in action. This is Kendall Thomas on the ball, looking for Tim DeMay. Finds Altuve of East Coast instead. And goes all the way back to keeper Giuseppe Vitali in nets. I fully expect a back and forth matchup in this match. Two very competitive teams off to very opposing starts to the early season, but a lot of games left for East Coast to make the turnaround we expect. Jory was recovering from an offside position there. That's why he didn't play for the ball. Instead, here's Naeem Charles of New York Empire trying to get the offense started, trying to get a ball back, but defense is to it first, and there's a throw-in coming for Empire. Altuve and Manuel Centurion clears the ball forward looking for Jory Garcia, and Thomas gets the best of him. Here is Stephen Hollis. Back to George Youssef and back to the keeper in net. As mentioned before, East Coast is entering today's match after winning their last game. First victory of the season. That was a 4-0 win versus Future Soccer Academy. The Empire also had a 4-0 victory of themselves when they beat Red Hook FC last week. Many men were on the score sheets, among them Naeem Charles and Tim DeMay. So big games from forwards from both teams last week. We'll see which ones get the best of their opponents in today's matchup. Daniel Moya gets the ball in the middle of the field, looking for Nico Reynoso to advance the ball. He's doing so, takes a long shot, gets deflected into the hands of Dennis Mejia, who makes a comfortable save in what is the 3rd minute of the match. East Coast looking to get things started with Emmanuel Centurion. Looking for Josep Luque, unsuccessful that time. Goes all the way back to Kendall Thomas once again. This is Stephen Hollis. He had a 2-goal performance earlier in the season for the Empire. And that is Chicky Wilbur Gomez all by himself in the middle of the field looking for some support. This is Tim DeMay, who takes a long shot once again, and another rather comfortable save for Mejia. But it is Empire testing the goalkeeper early on in this match. East Coast enters today in 7th place. Not what we're used to. And Jory Garcia is putting pressure on early on this back line. You can expect more of that as the duration of this game continues. This is Stephen Hollis. Trying to do 1-2 passes there. Instead is JP Saraguro. Comes out on top for East Coast. And there's another through ball looking for Jory Garcia, who looks onside, takes a shot, and it is above the crossbar. And it looks like the ref ends up signaling for a goal kick. But there was the first real action of the game. Garcia not able to find the back of the net this time. But a great build-up play for East Coast early on. And there's an early foul on Kirol Aaron. Beautifully weighted ball there for Jory Garcia. All that was missing was the finish. But it is a promising start for East Coast. Henderson with the long service, looking for the big man up top, Tim DeMay. You can expect more of that. They continue to look for the long balls for the 2 men up top. And the back and forth action with Adrian Palomares didn't work this time around. This is Stephen Hollis. Back to Daniel Moya. This is Nico Reynoso with plenty of room to work with. And he's looking for Naeem Charles, but Altuve is to it first. There's a long ball forward. East Coast continues to progress, making moves up top. Rafael Castro trying to win it back for East Coast does. They take a shot, and there's a foul called as that shot was taken. Looking to get a block, instead they get a foul, and East Coast gets a free kick. East Coast may look to take a direct shot on goal from this position. It looks just about the right distance to test the goalkeeper. And there goes a free kick, and it is ways away from goal as Giuseppe Vitali, glad to see that go off target. Based on what I see here, there looks to be a late change to the starting lineup. It looks like Delwin Hernandez, number 11, is starting in place of Gabriel Bustamante. That was the player who got fouled in that last possession. So quick update as the Salvadorian midfielder starts in place of Bustamante. There's another action looking for Jory Garcia. He may be able to beat Thomas here. There's a shot and there's a save from Vitali, whose long legs were enough to prevent that shot from finding the back of the net. And East Coast is swarming on the ball to recover once again. And this is more like the start that we expect from East Coast. That ball goes out of bounds for an Empire throw-in, but the team in white seems to be putting the most pressure early on in this first half. In Empire's last match, for the first 27 minutes or so, it was a scoreless match. There was about a 30-minute lightning delay. We were there for you to cover that match. And after that lightning delay, they started the game off with 2 quick goals. And there looks to be a whistle by the referee as he's giving a talking to Saraguro. But yeah, Empire started that game scoreless and ended that game with 4 goals, finding the back of the net. So they're not used to tight early starts as Naeem Charles may be through onside. Linesman's flag stays down. He's looking for support, and that is Kiro Aarons, who takes a shot, and it is blocked by the defense. It lands to Moya. It looks like Joseph Lucas trying to win it back for East Coast, but there's Nico Reynoso. And this time there was an outside player, but Reynoso is fouled on the edge of the box. And there's our first yellow of the match. I believe that is Rafael Castro, number 22, who got the yellow card from that foul call. And now it is Empire in a dangerous position from a set piece. First 10 minutes of the game down, still a scoreless draw, but Empire is going to look to change that from this free kick position. Ref is setting up that wall. Mejia is going to be speaking to his men to get in the way of this lightning strike that is potentially going towards net. It is Charles to take, and it is above the crossbar for an East Coast goal kick. A lot of early action, but still no goals to show for it in this match. Palomares was swarmed by 3 black jerseys, and a well-timed tackle got East Coast out of that danger zone. They're still looking to escape. And there looked to be a high kick there as play on, says the ref. Reynoso through. All ball, says the ref. And East Coast trying to get it out of harm's way, but instead it is given right back to Empire. There's a shot by Naeem Charles, gets blocked by the sliding Barrera tackle. And is still inbounds as Diego Kukunuba recovers for East Coast. This Palomares looking for Delwin Hernandez, who gets through Youssef. And that ball wasn't able to find Jory Garcia. This is Moya. And it goes off Darwin. A lot of back and forth talk coming from the coach Gonzalez and his players as he's trying to organize the structure so they're not exposed by this Empire offense. Max Sparrow on the other side for Empire as there's a foul in the middle of the field on Daniel Moya. Is more observant, looking to see how his team progresses into this match. A big task at hand. East Coast is getting back some of the players that were unavailable in prior matches. Players like Ariel Barrera and Jory Garcia, who returned with those 3 goals last week. And there's a harsh tackle there, not timed well enough, and there's another yellow card for East Coast. Looks like it is for Emmanuel Centurion, as another tackle comes at a cost of a yellow card. This free kick is going to take place from much further away, so we'll see if it goes into the box or we'll have some setup play here away from net. There's a lot of physicality there as players are trying to get open. Here comes the free kick. Into the box it goes. Luque, one of the shortest men on the field, is to it first. And it goes all the way to Hollis, who is onside. There's a cross into the box. Deflected away by East Coast. But there's Aarons who takes a shot. And once again, off target. The teammates of Empire not on the same page there, as Mejia will see that for a goal kick. Stick around at halftime for your April goal of the month. Full month down. We are now in May, and we have May weather out here in Nassau County, as an offside flag is raised by the linesman. Ref doesn't see it, it looks like, and they play on. He calls it pretty late, as Empire will get the free kick. If you look at the table, East Coast is in 7th place with 1 point. And you may wonder, why is that when they just came off a victory last week? Well, the answer is they were deducted 3 points earlier in the season. So now their 1 point is as a result of a draw earlier in the year. Instead of 4 points, they are currently now with just 1. Aaron now is making a move just on the edge of the box and gets dispossessed. Luque is looking for Jory Garcia, who tries to drop it down with his chest, does so, and there looks to be a foul, and it is on Delwin Hernandez. East Coast was looking to get it started quickly, but the ref says the ball was still rolling, and he's going to come to the bench of East Coast to give a talking to. I believe that is to head coach Gonzalez. Or is it to the assistant coach instead? This is a very passionate bench here for East Coast. You will hear them give directions all throughout the match to their players The ref may be just telling the bench to cool it down just a bit. We are 17 minutes into this match, still scoreless, 0-0 between East Coast FC and New York Empire FC. There's a cross looking for Hernandez. Defense is to it first, and there is a foul and free kick for Empire. A lot of early fouls coming from East Coast. Don't want to get too many men in foul trouble early. Kendall Thomas to resume play, does so with George Youssef. There goes the ball to Jory Garcia once again, and he goes all the way to Adrian Palomares, who's not able to control it first time. Could have been a cross into the box, and here it is anyway, looking for Joseph Luque. Joseph trying to control the ball, being pressured by Captain Trevor Henderson, and he gives it away to Wilbur Gomez as Keyroll Aaron is pushing forward, takes two men on, takes a third. Now he's finding Naeem Charles, making the run, and is not able to connect with the right pass to Tim DeMay. But a well-constructed counterattack there by the Empire. And it starts with their captain, Trevor Henderson. A big reason as to why they had their clean sheet last week and have only allowed 3 goals in the first 4 matches of the season. Jory will look to add to that count. He is onside here, looking for support. He waits and waits some more. Makes a move on Trevor, and Trevor comes out on top. And he gets a throw in off the deflection. That's going to be a big man to get around for Jory. He has the speed, but Henderson is great in positioning as the two captains duel. We are 20 minutes into the first half, 25 more to go plus extra time. There's a free kick there, won by Keyroll. That may have been Naeem Charles actually, and there goes the ball looking for Stephen Hollis on the quick play. East Coast kicks it away instead for another throw-in for the Empire. Here comes the throw-in to Trevor Henderson. This is Nico Reynoso. Well-timed tackle there by Jace P. Saraguro, but the pass once again is not able to find Jory Garcia. There's going to be a packed crowd here in the Mitchell Sports Complex, as the fan bases know this is a big early match. Two teams that finished in the top 4 in the winter and who are very familiar with one another. This is Tim DeMay. Palomares makes a tackle and takes him down. And another free kick, this time no yellow card shown. Another free kick to work with for the Empire. While we get the ball back in play, I'll remind you of our games to look out for tomorrow, May 4th. Polonia faces the New York International FC at 10 a.m. in the Cosmopolitan Soccer League. Central Park Rangers faces Zoom Schneider at 2:30 in the same league. American Soccer Club New York faces Osners FC at 7 p.m. In the North Atlantic Conference of the NPSL. And Richmond County FC faces Pan Cyprian Freedoms at 8 p.m. in the UPSL Metropolitan Conference. All of those games you can catch on your Game and Frame broadcast. Hollis is getting ready to take this free kick in another dangerous area of the field. Here comes the service, and nobody's there except for Thomas, who just sends that ball over the top. Not able to put in the right contact that was needed, as he was the one man open. Came out of nowhere there. I think he was actually surprised at how open he was. Wasn't able to time the header that time. A long kick, crossbar challenge here off the side. In goes to Nico Reynoso. Still nothing to separate these two teams. Naeem Charles is trying to get open there. East Coast 2 at first once again. I think they were looking for an offside call. The linesman never rose his flag. East Coast remains with the possession. This place continues to get more packed by the minute. It's going to be a great atmosphere for the remainder of this match. We cannot wait to see that first goal go in. East Coast continues to put pressure. Saraguro isn't able to find Luke at that time. Good tackle, wins the ball back from Delwin Hernandez. Looking for Jory Garcia. Trying to do the chest pass, and it finds Giuseppe Vitali in net instead for Empire to resume play. Hollis, back to Youssef. Over to Tindamay. Reynoso trying to get things started. Goes back to the captain, Trevor Henderson. And there's a long ball looking for Kirol Aaron, who may be on. He needs support now. Tindamay is asking for the ball. Goes to Charles instead. Takes a shot. And there's a first crucial save of the match. Dennis Mejia forces the first corner, and it is for the Empire. Good ball for Charles up top. Aaron had plenty of options to choose from, and it ends in the save. But another corner in which Empire can open up the scoring. Hollis to take. Looking for Charles. Luque to at first. Long clearance, and there's Jory Garcia trying to keep that ball alive. He does. He has support down the middle of the field. Diego Cucanuba's waiting for support, waiting for the tackles that are coming. Looking for Jory. Wilbur Gomez is there on time instead. But it lands to Delwin Hernandez. Hernandez makes two moves there. And Reynoso gets taken down by Diego. And there's yet another yellow card for an East Coast player. Make that the third yellow of the first half. Jory made the right move there, and Diego felt the pressure coming from the Empire swarm, recovering from the counter. And instead of a shot on goal, it ends in another yellow card for East Coast. Three men booked in the first half. Caution for the East Coast squad heading into the second half. Play is resumed once again with Trevor Henderson with the long ball, looking for Naeem Charles up top. East Coast looks to be complaining from what they look to be an elbow to the gut Ref says nothing dirty in that play. Instead, it's going to be a throw-in. But East Coast let their frustrations be heard. And it is Joseph Luque who is coming back to his feet. There comes the throw-in over to Trevor Henderson. This is Youssef. Thomas over to Moya. Empire looking to get things started from the back. Very much a back and forth match up to this point. Plenty of chances on both sides. There's a long ball from Thomas looking for Stephen Hollis. We are a little over 15 minutes away from halftime. We are waiting for the ball to come back into play. I'll take this time to remind you that today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt has made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The air case uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game and Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. Tim May trying to get on the other end of that ball. Instead, it's Barrera who heads it out of bounds for another corner for the Empire. Stephen Hollis looks to be the one taking these corners in this match. Their home opener. Hollis found the back of the net twice with 2 headers off corners. In today's match, he's going to be looking to provide an assist from the set piece. Big man to target for Empire. Here comes the ball. Defense is to it first. Mejia not able to get a firm grasp of that, but does just enough for it to land to Diego, who launches the ball forward. Luque off the rebound. This Empire squad has plenty of height to target on those set pieces like Naeem Charles and Tim DeMay up top. Kendall Thomas when he pushes forward, as well as Trevor Henderson. And Jory Garcia is on the ball now for East Coast. There's a cross into the box looking for Delwyn. Hollis to it first instead. And Henderson kicks it away, preventing the corner. Things have settled down just a bit, but at any moment it can pick up for either of these teams that are looking to continue to put pressure on Braveheart and the New York Renegades, who are first and second place in the league. Good play by Wilbur Gomez to win the ball back for Empire, trying to get their offense going. East Coast is claiming something. I'm not sure if it was a handball. There's a tackle there, play on, says the ref, and another big tackle on Nico Reynoso. They continue to play on. And another handball claim there for East Coast. Ref Stills has not signaled anything as they recover with Adrian Palomares. Not able to connect there with Jory. Tim DeMay is to it instead. With a lot of room, he goes over to Kirol Aaron. Aaron cuts inside. And a nice tackle by Luque wins it back for East Coast. This is JP looking for Jory once again. Thomas to it first. Jory to the rebound. And not able to find JP once again. This Empire squad is on high alert every time that ball goes forward to the number 10. He's coming off a hat trick. He's going to look for more as he makes a return to the East Coast squad. Empire has only allowed 3 goals on the season. They'll like to keep it that way tonight. And there's a late foul call there. It is East Coast free kick. The ball, not an easy one to handle for Ariel Barrera, but he drops it down for Adrian. And this goes to Altuve. And that goes all the way into the keeper's hands, Giuseppe Vitali, who looks to start play out quickly with Stephen Hollis. Back to George Youssef. And Moya switches aside beautifully to find Trevor Henderson. Wilbur Gomez is taken down by JP as another free kick for Empire. Henderson looking for Tim DeMay. Oftentimes when Tim is getting the ball in midfield, he's getting a lot of space. This time, not so much. He is surrounded by white and red. All the way back to Thomas it goes, who plays Wilbur Gomez, sporting the number 2 today. And there's a free kick there. Yet another foul called. Reynoso is looking for a yellow card. Instead, it's just a talking to JP Saraguro. We have a little bit over 10 minutes ago in this first half. Still a scoreless draw up to this point. We're waiting for the invited goal to strike. It's not clear yet who is going to be first. This team's very evenly matched up to this point. They have over 10 minutes to open up the scoring. Here comes the service into the box. There's Thomas, and it goes over to the Mejia instead. There's a challenge on Mejia from, I believe that is Nico Reynoso. Got the fans on high alert. Just a talking to it is by the referee. Mejia looked pretty fine. He was ready to get play started. Dennis Mejia to take the free kick. Into the air it goes, looking for Jory. Thomas to it first. Lands to Delwin Hernandez, looking for Jory. Thomas has done very well up to this point to keep the danger from reaching their net. Play on, says the referee. He signals to the bench who's complaining of the foul. Oh, Thomas, bad giveaway there to Delvin Hernandez. There's a run being made, but an outside run as a nicely timed tackle by Tim DeMay wins it back for Empire. Hollis gives it right back to East Coast. Joseph Luque playing very well defensively in the first 45. Neither team able to control possession in these last few attempts. Very nice evening for soccer action here in Nassau County Mitchell Sports Complex. Virtually no wind, no rain in sight, hopefully. We did say that last week, and then we had a lightning delay for 30 minutes, so hopefully we don't see more of that today. believe there is some lightning in the forecast, but that's going to be after the match, hopefully. Jory Garcia looking to get himself more involved in this match. Forces another kick. And wow, that goes all the way over the bleachers. I think this Coach Gonzalez is going to be a little annoyed about that one. We'll see if they can get that ball back. He's already signaling someone to go get that ball. Very expensive ball. And here comes the service into Luque, who plays the ball into the box, looking for Delwin Hernandez. Empire trying to get it out of harm's way. Hernandez takes a shot instead. He's way off target. Looks like he lost his shin guard in the action. A lot to look forward to in the last 45 minutes after the halftime whistle. These teams continue to weigh each other. There's a tackle on Wilber Gomez. Clean, says the ref. Rafael Castro on the ball. Over to Centurion. Centurion again. Diego Kukanuba on the ball now. Here's a cross being put into the box there. Jory Garcia with the header. And it bounces off target. They had the right intention, a nice cross, but Garcia not able to steer it towards the goal. Empire looking to play from the back once again. They're continuing their tradition so far in this season of allowing very little access to the goal for the opposing team. There's a ball, beautiful ball there for Kirol Aaron, who's able to get to it. Now he's looking to put in a cross. There's a nicely timed tackle by East Coast. Lands to Empire to keep it in play. And East Coast looking for Jory Garcia once again. Garcia does well to drop it down, but not able to control it the second time around. And there's a foul called as Empire get the ball right back. Over to Nico Reynoso it goes. About 5 minutes to go, plus extra time if there's any in this first half. No goal to separate these two teams. But we have 5 minutes for that to change. There goes the ball to Jory Garcia once again, who drops it for Rafael Castro. Looks to make a move on Trevor Henderson. Castro finds Luque. Luque can put a ball in here. And defense, George Youssef. Right place, right time. And Empire now, with their backs against the wall from this East Coast pressure. They kick it out of bounds for another throw-in. Referee signaling Adrian to back up. Goes back to Ariel Barrera, who's also making his return back to the team. Mejia with the long ball. Jory Garcia looked to have been coming back from an offside position. That's why he lets the ball bounce back to Giuseppe Vitali in net for the Empire. Kendall Thomas on the ball. Both of these teams won their last matches 4-0. So you have to expect a goal to come, if not in the next couple of minutes in the second half. Over to Trevor Henderson it goes. Thomas being put under pressure by this East Coast offense. They'll continue to do this all game if they have to. It's been working so far as Palomares wins it back for East Coast. And Thomas very fortunate there that Jory wasn't ready for the bounce, but there it goes to him anyway. Jory Garcia takes a shot on goal, and it goes into the net for the first goal of the match. It is Jory Garcia. 1-0 East Coast. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. East Coast finds the goal they were long looking for, and it is 4 goals in the last 2 for Jory Garcia, captain of this East Coast squad. Very uncharacteristic mistake from the back line of this Empire squad. Allows for Jory Garcia to take advantage of the unfortunate bounces to find the first goal of the match. And it is East Coast, with less than 2 minutes to go, who has a 1-0 lead over Empire. Empire looking to recover quickly. Stephen Hollis is on the ball, avoids the tackle from Barrera, and there's a foul called by the referee. Believe he is signaling for the first offense as he tried to play on. Instead, there's a free kick for Empire. 30 seconds to go for the first 45 minutes to be over. We'll see how much time is added on by the official. Stephen Hollis to take this free kick. Again, a height advantage for Empire. Here it comes. There is Thomas to it first. It's still anybody's ball. There's a foul called by the referee, as Kyril Aaron was revving up to take that shot. And the man that's down for East Coast is still on the ground. He's going to take his time to get back up. That is Ariel Barrera, who's making his return to the team. He missed out 3 games and is happy to be back. Mejia telling his men to move forward as he's getting ready to take this kick. Diego off the rebound. First times it over to Luque. Aaron to it first. Aaron trying to get past Luque, shoves him. And there's another free kick called. Looks like East Coast is looking to take firm command of this match heading into halftime. Empire find themselves in a position they haven't done so too often in this early season, being down early. Here comes the free kick. It is looking for Jory Garcia. Thomas to it first. Palomar is trying to do the back heel pass. Hollis to it first. Instead, looking to find Nico Reynoso, and that's got to be a yellow card for JP. And it is yet another yellow card for this East Coast squad. 4th yellow of the first half, and it goes by way of JP Saraguro. Three of the men in midfield are with yellow cards, along with Emmanuel Centurion in the back line. Henderson to take the free kick. Not much time left in this first half. Defense is to it first. And There's an offside call by the linesman as East Coast look to be heading into halftime with a 1-0 lead against third place New York Empire. And there is the whistle to signal for halftime. Jory Garcia finds the back of the net in the 43rd minute and puts East Coast up top by an early score of 1-0 over the Empire.
Zero gets half a yard, catches it beautifully, and opens the scoring with a rip-roaring strike. It's signature Junior Rosero. Espinoza gets around, and he puts it in! And it's 3-2. Richmond regain the lead. Trouble for Real Central. Shot from distance, looking to beat the keeper. And how about that for a finish to start this game? From about 35 yards out, AC Trilogy stunned John Bowen in net.
Good touch. There's space on the left wing, carrying into the box, taking on one man, taking on a second, looking for a shot, and a beautiful goal! What a strike! East Coast are right back into this one. It's 2-1.
Neto leaves it. Oliveira, 2-1, perfectly placed. Good enough pace to beat Valencia, but also the placement as well. Just inside the far post. And Oliveira.
Willie goes long, trying to find Reynoso. Reynoso gets a touch over the keeper. Reynoso, open goal. And he finishes to make it 2-0. A beautiful touch by David Reynoso over the keeper. And he slots it home.
Mohu. Tug at the shirt. He's had a hit. What a strike! From Mohu, top left corner.
Smith lets it run. Now gonna bring it forward. Smith gets through two. Smith into the middle. He scores! Quentin Smith puts it in at the far post. And Brooklyn have doubled their lead.
Fascioli in a little more space. And he's looking for Richmond. He's played a nice ball over the top. He's gotten it under control. A little clip over the top. What a goal from the Philadelphia skipper.
They're back to pitch. It goes to Moya. Looks like a cross is getting set to be put into the box by Aarons, who takes a shot instead, and he scores! Kiro Aarons makes it 3 for the Empire.
Along the left wing, one step over, two step overs, cutting it inward, playing it back to Ricardo. Mira Sanchez! Goal! Ricardo Mira Sanchez makes it 3-1.
Over the top, goalkeeper a long way off his line, LaFlash. His pass is loose, however, he's a long way off his goal. The goal is gaping and the goal is bypassed. Finally for New York International, they break free. Elation, Alex Theodorescu has opened the scoring.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. Helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together. I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
And we are just about ready to get this thing started once again for the second 45 minutes of the match. There is the whistle we were waiting for. East Coast FC enters the second half with a 1-0 lead over New York Empire FC. East Coast is wearing your white and red, Empire in your black and yellow. Looks like East Coast has a sub into the second half. It is Joan Velez, who is going to be paired up top with Jory Garcia. More reinforcement for the team that's already leading by a 0-0. Jory was the big man up top that we were going to keep our eyes out for East Coast. As they target him once again, he has some space to work with. Looking for Joseph Luque with the ball, nicely timed, forces an intervention, and it goes off for a goal kick this time around. Garcia was able to capitalize off a rare mistake from the back line off Empire. He kept trying to get onside, trying to get those long ball crosses that East Coast is known for. And at the end, it came off a mistake, but it is worth just as much. As Velez recovers there, Henderson able to get it right back. East Coast will continue to put pressure, and it worked once again there as Henderson, not able to connect with his teammate, gives it away to Adrian Palomares instead. And though the linesman originally signaled for an Empire throw-in, the main official says it was deflected and it goes back to East Coast. It was scoreless for much of the first half, but Garcia is inevitable, has 4 goals in his last 2 matches and is looking to add to it more. As Luque gets the ball into the box, he takes a shot. It's deflected and into the hands of the keeper, Vitali. Gets rid of it quickly, looking for Naeem Charles up top. And it goes all the way back to the other goalkeeper, Dennis Mejia of East Coast. It's a long ball. Looking for Luque, it drops to Velez. The second half sub. Over to Luque once again, who's having himself a good performance so far. A foul is called there by the ref on the recently subbed on Velez. He fouls Kendall Thomas, the forward from Colombia, looking to make some impact in the early minutes of the second half. Nico Reynoso stops in his track as he was pulled back. And the official gives a warning to East Coast that next time a player gets pulled back is going to be another booking. And they already have 4 in this first half. East Coast gets it back, and there's Jory Garcia. He has a one-on-one with Kendall Thomas. If he takes it, Henderson is recovering. Thomas, Garcia still. Garcia takes a shot all on his own. He cuts inside, he cuts outside, and he finds the back of the net for the second time today. Garcia is a one-man army on a mission today. Make that 5 goals in the last 2. And he has given East Coast a 2-0 lead over the Empire. I was trying to establish the defender that was gonna mark him. At the end of the day, it was no use. Garcia was given a little space and he took full advantage of that once again. And this is a whole new team with Garcia making it back into the lineup. Now Empire, first game this season they have allowed multiple goals. Have their toughest challenge of the season yet. And a reminder, they tied 1-1 against the New York Renegades. And a late tackle there by Castro. Reynoso continues to get more and more frustrated by the tackles of East Coast. Trevor Henderson is going to captain the side, down for the first time this season by a score of 2-0. And there's a foul called as East Coast will get a free kick. This uncharted waters for the spring for Empire. They have had a pretty good crowd show up here in Uniondale, Nassau County. And it looks like there are going to be subs to be made in hopes to turn this thing around for Empire. Tinda May looking to keep that in bounds, not able to do so. And Garcia has made his impact felt in these last couple of matches for East Coast. The linesman over here is signaling for a sub. The ref allows it. I believe that is Sebastian Monroy with the number 3 that is going to enter the pitch. It plays for Wilbur Gomez, as well as Mason Chetty with number 11. Coming off is Naeem Charles. And the last sub is going to come on as well. It is Luca Kozomara who enters the pitch with the number 19. 3 subs as head coach Max Farrow knows that a change needs to be made for things to turn around. I believe that is Tinda May that exits in his place. Correction, no, that is Tinda May with number 25. Well, try to get you that player that is off. We are waiting for the ball to come back into play. I believe that is Goose that is going to make his way onto the pitch as well in the next couple of minutes for Empire. Big change is coming as they look to overturn this 2-0 deficit. That was George Youssef who exits the pitch. Big tackle there on Joseph Luque. Looks to be seriously injured there as he tosses and turns. I don't believe a yellow card was shown to Kirol Aaron. Certainly something that East Coast was expecting and asking for as they're complaining to the 4th official. Luque is able to come back to his feet. And MG Goose is looking to come on for Empire if the ref allows it. Here comes the service for East Coast. Luque on the rebound, takes a scissor kick and it is blocked. Still East Coast ball. MG Goose is allowed to come on. Looks like it's Kirol Aaron who exits the pitch. This ball is still alive. It almost lands to Trevor Henderson. Reynoso this time is a player foul. And JP gets a yellow. And it is our second yellow. It looks like as a red card is shown out. That was in fact his second yellow of the game. That was probably why he tried to make amends after that tackle. And he has shown a red card. And this can change everything. East Coast is down to 10 men for the next 30 minutes of the second half as they look to protect this 2-0 lead, and JP will make his way to the locker room. Reynoso was not happy with that tackle as he has gotten the brunt of a lot of these challenges from East Coast. That time he helps his team as they have a one-man advantage for the next half hour. What can they come up with here? There comes the service looking for Mason Chetty, who's able to keep it in play, except he's not. Linesman signals for a throw-in for East Coast. We are in for a thrilling last 30 minutes to this match. Just what you expect when these two face one another. Here it goes to Trevor Henderson. Coach Gonzalez is telling his team to stay back, and there's a long ball looking for the forward, and he is offside. Gonzalez was telling his team that he won't hurt you there, signaling to the back line defender Trevor Henderson, basically telling his team to stay off the players with the least amount of threat on the field as they have the one-man deficit. Luque is fighting for that ball. It lands for Empire. Tim DeMay to try to keep it on. It comes off of Castro. It goes over to Reynoso, who switches the field over to Stephen Hollis, looking to make a cross to switch the field. Luque is to it first, showing a lot of heart in today's match. And it finds an opening to Nico Reynoso, not able to control it the best of ways. Keeps it alive though. Here's Henderson in an advanced position. Back to Sebastian Monroy. Empire will look to put a lot of pressure on East Coast while they have the one-man advantage. They will be playing with the high line, as can be seen from the advanced position by all the defenders. A player goes down for East Coast. They're looking for a stop and play. It is Joseph Luque. Instead, Empire continues. There might be an opening here, and they're not able to control that pass as it goes out of bounds for a goal kick. And this time the ref will make his way over to Luque, who is down. Looks like it could potentially be a hamstring or a knee injury. It's getting stretched out by the opposing captain, Henderson. Might be some cramps acting up. Luque has been everywhere on the field up to this point, and he may need to come off as East Coast is preparing a substitute. Looks like it is going to be Giovanni Ataiza, who is making his introduction to the team in his first couple of minutes for East Coast. Luque will come off as Ataiza will look to develop some chemistry with his new squad on the season. And quite a game that he is going to be entering the pitch for. Garcia looking to get to that. Moyes to it first instead. All the way to Stephen Hollis it goes. This is Goose. Empire look to maintain possession, make good passes, make the right runs to find an opening. Chetty trying to do so. And that is cleared away by the defense. That is Altuve who forces another throw in. You can sense the tension in the crowd. They're waiting for the next goal to come. Empire hasn't been shut out yet this season. They'll look to continue their undefeated streak. Goose tries to drop that down with his chest. Monroy keeps it alive. Monroy continues to push forward. He takes a shot. It's deflected into the hands of Dennis Mejia of East Coast. And just to remind you to head over to our Instagram page at Game and Frame to vote for your April goal of the month. The winner will win a Salt Air Case bag, and you have until tomorrow 11:59 p.m. That is Sunday, May 4th, to place your votes in. And we'll see who the lucky winner is soon. Henderson is looking for Mason Chetty up top. Physical tackle there, but clean, says the ref. Kozomara pushing forward. This is DeMay trying to chip it over for his teammates. DeMay drops it down. Luca trying to keep it alive. Lands to Stephen Hollis. He's going to put a cross into the box. DeMay is to it. It lands to Reynoso, who takes it one time. But Mejia was right where he needed to be to make that crucial save to keep this clean sheet alive for East Coast. There's a kick looking for Ataiza. Lifts it up in the air, trying to keep it under control. DeMay wins it right back for Empire. Henderson over to Thomas. Nearly 20 minutes down in the second half. It is a 2-0 lead for East Coast FC, currently in 7th place, trying to make a move back up top to the top 4. Goose looking for Monroy. Sebastian Monroy looking for Chetty. Surrounded by East Coast white and red jerseys. And that ball is looking to get all the way over to Jory Garcia. Thomas and Henderson combined there to prevent that from happening. Reynoso keeps it alive. This is Goose making a run inside the edge of the box. And the May takes a long shot, blocked by the defense. Goes out of bounds for another throw-in. Goose is making his presence felt since coming on as a sub. Reynoso tried to do the wonderful there with the rainbow flick. Wasn't able to do so. Instead, it's going to be another East Coast throw-in. Reminded that East Coast is playing with a man down. JP Saraguro got his second yellow of the match, which resulted in a red card about 15 minutes into the 90 of the second half. Reynoso on the ground once again. Seems to be the man to target for all these tackles coming from East Coast. Monroy looks like he is going to target another cross into the box. There it goes. Mejia tried to put a hand on that ball. It's cleared further away from East Coast. Very much uncharted waters for Empire this season. First time they allowed more than one goal in the first 4 matches. There it lands to Chetty. Chetty takes a shot, and he's not able to get it off the rebound. Mejia made a crucial save with his feet, and Chetty got to the rebound. I think he's claiming that he kicked the ball off of his feet to get that second shot. No foul was called, and the second shot was off target from Mason Chetty. Mejia still on the ground, recovering from that challenge. Big opportunity missed for Empire. They have been far and few between for them so far. Mejia is able to continue as he will take this goal kick. There's a kick looking for Delwin Hernandez up top. It lands for Stephen Hollis, who's going to make another cross. This time looking for MG Goose. Altuve of East Coast is to it first, but Goose continues to fight for that ball, and it still goes out of bounds for East Coast. Stick around for Game and Frames broadcast tomorrow, Sunday. We have a jam-packed Sunday, May 4th for you. Polonia faces New York International at 10 a.m. in the CSL Division 1. CPR, Central Park Rangers, faces Zoom Schneider FC at 2:30 in the APSL Metropolitan Conference. American Soccer Club New York faces Osners FC at 7 p.m. in the NPSL North Atlantic Conference. And Richmond County closes it off with Pan Cyprian Freedoms at 8 p.m. in the APSL Metropolitan Conference. Catch all those games on your Game and Frame live stream. We have some leagues heading towards the end of their seasons. Big time moves can be made, so you don't want to miss any of your Game and Frame coverage. Here comes a free kick looking for Thomas. East Coast to it first. Monroy to the rebound. The May dispossessed there, trying to win it back. Instead it comes off. Reynoso for an East Coast throw-in. East Coast has done a great job planning for this game so far today. They know they're not where they expected to be early on in the season. And key additions in players like Ariel Barrera, who's so far keeping a clean sheet today, and Jory Garcia, who has 2 goals in the match, are fueling them for a turnaround this season. There's a long clearance from Delwin Hernandez, who just tries to keep it out of danger. It goes all the way to Giuseppe Vitali. Just about 20 minutes to go in the second half. 2-0 lead for East Coast. Still plenty of time for Empire to find their first goal of the match. Reynoso looking to do so, takes a long shot. It bounces straight into the hands of Dennis Mejia. Comes a kick from Mejia. Has been very involved in the second half. In comes the throw in for Kendall Thomas. Tim DeMay looking for Reynoso, trying to get it off the bounce. Looking for an opening. DeMay switches the field, looking for his teammate on the end of the box. I believe that is Luca. Instead, it goes out of bounds once again. Empire will be looking at their first defeat of the season if the result holds. Good result for Braveheart and Renegades up top. Good result for East Coast as well. As they look to overcome that 3-point deduction that they have from earlier in the season. Though they have a win and a draw, they only have 1 point so far due to the 3-point deficit. A player goes down for East Coast. Play on, says the ref. Jory Garcia is the man looking on a hat trick now. Monroy coming to help defend. Jory goes down. And there's another yellow card, this time first of the match for Empire. The ref was telling him he doesn't get this yellow card for his first offense, his multiple challenges. And Monroy finds the booking list. Jory Garcia is still down. He's going to take his time to get back up, as his team is benefiting from his 2 goals so far. And more help is going to be given and attended to the player that is down for East Coast. Looks like it is a possible shoulder injury somewhere around the arm, as when the foul was occurred, the ref played on, but it did look like a big tackle on the player from East Coast that is still on the ground getting attention. In the meantime, we'll remind you that today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt has made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The air case uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game and Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. The player is back to his feet. Looks like it is Joan Velez, who is a second half sub for East Coast. Speaking of subs, it looks like they're going to be making one shortly, as it is Franklin Solarte with the number 24 that is going to make his way onto the pitch soon, adding some defensive reinforcement for the team that is a man down. And Delwin Hernandez did not make the best of that free kick opportunity. Empire is off on the counter. Mason Chetty avoids the tackle from the sliding defenseman of East Coast. There's a late tackle there. It's on the edge of the box, and there's a signal for a penalty for Empire. Ref signal to the spot quickly, as that tackle came in and just a fraction too late. Chetty was up and running. Still no yellow card or red card shown. As Stephen Hollis currently has a ball in his hands. We'll see if he is the one to execute. Shetty did well to avoid the first tackle. Then on the second tackle, he earned the penalty for his team. And now it looks like it is going to be Stephen Hollis that's going to look to convert from the spot to make this a 1-goal deficit for Empire. Hollis to take. Hollis to score. He finds the back of the net, bottom corner, to open up the scoring for Empire. And now there's just a 1-goal deficit as we head into the closing minutes of the second half. Puts it where the keeper can't save it. We have less than 15 minutes to go now. We are in the 76th minute of the 90 allowed. Surely there will be some extra time as well with the injuries and the goals scored. But Empire now have a one-man advantage and now just having one more goal to score to tie things up. And we resume play with Garcia. Ball goes all the way over to the goalkeeper. And Empire has some life. They don't have their main man up top in Naeem Charles, but they still have plenty of options to choose from. Players like Tim DeMay and MG Goose. Mason Chetty earned his team that penalty. So this is not game over yet. And ref tried to allow for a play on, but the first tackle gets the free kick for Empire. Another player goes down. The linesman signals for attention. I believe he's trying to get the attention of the referee so he can tell him what happened there. And the ref will have a conference with the linesman as the player went down for East Coast. He's going to explain what occurred. And he's going to signal to somebody. There's got to be a booking coming on its way. And looks like it is going to be a yellow. It's not very clear to me who was that shown, but it is a yellow card shown to a player of Empire for that tackle that forced a man down for East Coast. Nonetheless, play is resumed. Looking for Nico Reynoso now. Reynoso moves outside. Now looking to cut inside. Henderson not able to connect. He's not been in his best form today with those passes. Looks like Solarte will continue waiting to get subbed on to the match. And he will actually make the move now. It is Jory Garcia exiting the pitch. 2 goals on the night. make that 5 on the early season for the lethal striker of East Coast. And in place comes in another defensive reinforcement in Franklin Solarte to try to close out another victory for East Coast. Long cross looking for Tim DeMay, and it lands into the chest of Dennis Mejia. Long kick from Mejia, looking for Velez. Actually, that is Darwin Hernandez up top. Lands to Rafael Castro in the middle of the field. Now it is Velez. And Velez gives it away to Mason Chetty, trying to use that speed once again to get himself in a dangerous position. He gets past another tackle. Now he's looking for support. Finds it on the edge of the box, and there's a badly mishit ball from Daniel Moya. And East Coast can take a breath. Tried to keep it under the crossbar with that one-touch finish and just not was successful this time around. Chetty has been making very important moves for Empire to try to turn things around since coming on. Continue to fight for the ball. There's a collision there once again. It goes out of bounds. And East Coast will have the ball. Less than 10 minutes to go of regular time. Just about 8 minutes left of the 90. A long kick there from Altuve. As more time continues to tick off the clock. Predicting at least 2 to 3 minutes added at the end of this match as Empire make another sub that comes onto the pitch. That is Ryan Meirari coming on with the number 9. It is Thomas who comes out in his place. So while East Coast makes defensive changes, Empire removes one of their defenders for more offensive support. Altuve, good defense, avoids the corner and instead gets a goal kick for East Coast, who is looking for its second straight win of the season. They need to put the finishing touches on this match to give themselves 4 points, continue to move up from that 7th place position that they are currently in. Foul is called there by the referee once again, and play is quickly resumed from Empire. Good move there by Luca as he finds MG Goose. Goose to Nico Reynoso. Extends the ball out to Ryan, who had just come onto the pitch. Stephen Hollis. What can Empire come up with to get this thing leveled? East Coast will exhaust all their resources to keep that from happening. A long cross is successful there on the left edge of the box. Now looking for a cross. Defense does well to earn a free kick and get the ball back for East Coast. Empire is looking at its first defeat of the season. Next up, they will have Braveheart, who is going to be a huge challenge for them. team currently flawless, 4-0-0, and currently in first place. Following that, they'll have Brooklyn FC 2, and once again, this team, East Coast FC, this time in the home place of the Empire, which is most likely going to be Sousa Sports Complex in Central Islip. Move over to Suffolk County. For East Coast, they have a huge task at hand as well after today. It is going to be New York Renegades, currently second place in the league and division. And after that, Red Hook FC, and of course, once again, they will face Empire. Another free kick earned by the East Coast defense. They have done well, as they have had to play more than 30 minutes with a man down, due to the second yellow shown to John Paul Saraguro in the 60th minute of the match. Looking for Delwin Hernandez. He drops it neatly on his feet. Now he has two Empire defensemen to get around. He gets another foul called for his team. 4 more minutes to go of the 90 in regular time. We have seen some pretty fantastic finishes on this field, so leave room for the unexpected. Empire is not known to go down without a fight. And a long kick goes way long off target for a Giuseppe Vitali goal kick. East Coast looks to have been playing more keep away in these last closing minutes, as they know that they are at a disadvantage in terms of numbers. But Empire still needs another goal to get things leveled. Hollis connects with a beautiful pass over to Luca. Luca, who puts the ball into Chetty. Chetty tries to keep it in bounds. He gets a corner instead. And Empire still has life. They are still fighting. Reynoso will take this corner kick. And it goes. Tim DeMay trying to make contact, and it goes just above the crossbar for a Dennis Mejia goal kick. They need more of that. They have not been able to score from open play, but they have been dangerous from the corner kicks. Mejia with the goal kick. He finds Ataiza. Strong challenge there, but clean, says the referee. Head coach Jorge Gonzalez takes that challenge from Monroy, but nothing done there, says the coach. As East Coast will continue to push the ball forward and away from their nets, and continue to waste time while doing so. The ref is giving them a warning about the time wasting, and Manuel Centurion is getting the talking to. And now he's telling them to back up. And it goes looking for Delwin Hernandez. Trevor Henderson lets it bounce, and it stays in play. Hernandez comes out on top. There, that's a clear yellow card offense there by Delwin Hernandez, and he gets a yellow card to prevent the counter attack from moving forward for Empire. Second yellow for Empire. Excuse me, for East Coast now. That was another yellow for East Coast. They've had plenty of those. Stephen Hollis looking to put a cross into the danger zone, looking for Mason Chetty. Chetty drops it. Meirari not able to get on the end of that. And East Coast doing everything they can to get that ball out of harm's way. Monroy gives it away to Velez, but he wins it right back, not without a foul call by the referee. And a very clear dive for the Dramatics for Rafael Castro, trying to earn Monroy his second yellow. Monroy does not want to do that because that yellow will be coming, and there's a red card shown. And it is a straight red shown to Monroy. And Monroy is not exiting the pitch. He was already on a yellow and is shown a straight red. And heads are hot. Or was it? Excuse me, I think that red was actually shown to Altuve. It looked like it was in the direction of Monroy, but Monroy is still on the pitch. It is East Coast Altuve that exits the pitch. And he gets a red card anyway, as he gets the second yellow of the match. Mayhem here to end the game. So he does end up getting the red card, but it was due to the second yellow offense. Altuve has already exited the pitch. And there's got to be, I'd say, at least 5 minutes of extra time to be added in the chaos that has resumed throughout the game. Monroy exits the field for Empire, which makes it 10 for them, but Altuve's exit makes it 9 for East Coast. High tensions is expected when these two face very evenly matched teams, highly contested matches. And it's going to happen once again in a couple weeks when they face in Central Islip. Play has still not been resumed just yet, as the official continues to write down his notes of all the bookings that have occurred. The Empire bench is showing frustration in something. I'm not sure if it's another booking that they are looking to get for East Coast and not the free kick. And East Coast is offsides. Empire's fan base giving last-ditch efforts and shouts of support. They look to tie this game up, but they won't do it that way as they give it right back to East Coast. And there's a long kick by Ataiza that results in a Giuseppe Vitelli goal kick. Communication coming from the back for Empire as they try to get opening. Stephen Hollis is giving directions to his men up top. Henderson to take this long kick. Drops down for Luca Kozomara. MG Goose trying to push it forward instead. It lands to East Coast. And Castro is trying to get it out of harm's way. Continues to dribble, continues to keep it inbound, and he gets a free kick. Looks like he doesn't get it, is actually a throw-in for Empire. And East Coast may have a point. It looked like the offensive player from East Coast was getting held back and it went out of bounds, but they were fully expecting a foul to be called. Instead, Empire still retains possession. This has been a very frustrating last couple of minutes for East Coast as they try to cement their second victory. Here comes the ball looking for Tim DeMay. DeMay takes a shot, and there's a save by Dennis Mejia. DeMay with the one-time finish, trying to find the back of the net. Here comes the service into the box. And there's a free kick for East Coast. A clutch diving save from Mejia to prevent the second goal of the match for Empire. Another long kick. And lands to Castro. It's very clear what the idea and game plan is for East Coast. Do everything you can to get it outside of your half. And another missed hit from Empire. Long shot heading towards goal. Off target though. As Vitali will have another goal kick to handle. We are now looking into the 7th minute of added time. Henderson switches the field over. That is Luca. Puts in another service into the box. Does not get past the first defender. Another long kick clearance by East Coast. East Coast is begging for that final whistle, but the ref continues to play to continue. And it goes out of bounds. Chetty's not able to keep it in play. Empire is staring at their first defeat of the season, which can be costly in a tightly contested top 4, top 3 race. Rec continues to allow play to go on. Darwin Hernandez trying to maintain possession. Instead, it is Captain Trevor Henderson not able to connect on that pass, trying to win it back for Empire. Hollis pushing it forward up the pitch. It looks like it's going to land to Hernandez. It does. Hernandez is onside. He plays a pass. This could be the third and final goal, and not able to control it. Empire still alive. DeMay with clever footwork to avoid the tackle. Looking for his option, he goes to Ryan Mayrari. Into the field, it goes to MG. DeMay still drops it for Ryan. Ryan can put a cross. Ryan puts in the cross, and it goes past everybody. That has to do it. Looks like ref will continue to allow play. He is not ready for the final whistle just yet. In the 99th minute we are. Another throw in, this time for Empire. We will soon find out just how much time was added. Empire can't get too confident. Any minute now, that whistle can be heard. There's another foul. And the free kick in a very dangerous area of the field. Empire will have a set piece And they still have some hope. Mejia has his work cut out from him from this position of the field, just outside of the 18-yard box. Stephen Hollis looks to be preparing to take this free kick. Dennis Mejia preparing his wall. There's the whistle. And it is taken. Very easy and comfortable save. Mason Chetty was the one who takes the shot. Ref is signaling to kick the ball, and there is the final whistle. East Coast was begging for as they make it 2 wins in a row. They take down third place Empire, and they are looking to move up the leaderboard. It was Jory Garcia who found the back of the net twice, opened up the scoring for East Coast. Chetty earned the team the penalty. Hollis converts from the penalty. We've had yellow cards, we've had red cards, but it ends with a 2-1 victory for East Coast FC. And stick around for the post-match interview, as we will bring that to you shortly.
Rosero gets half a yard, catches it beautifully, and opens the scoring with a rip-roaring strike. It's signature Junior Rosero. Espinoza gets around, and he puts it in! And it's 3-2. Richmond regain the lead.
Trouble for Real Central. Shot from distance, looking to beat the keeper. And how about that for a finish to start this game? From about 35 yards out, AC Trilogy stunned John Bowen in net.
Good touch. There's space on the left wing, carrying into the box, taking on one man, taking on a second, looking for a shot, and a beautiful goal! What a strike! East Coast are right back into this one. It's 2-1.
Neto leaves it. Oliveira, 2-1, perfectly placed. Good enough pace to beat Valencia, but also the placement as well. Just inside the far post. And Oliveira.
Willie goes long, trying to find Reynoso. Reynoso gets a touch over the keeper. Reynoso, open goal. And he finishes to make it 2-0. A beautiful touch by David Reynoso over the keeper. And he slots it home.
Mohu. Tug at the shirt. He's had a hit. What a